welcome to Aisha's DIY. Today we will design a ball, a Diamond Duo ball with Sam's Bead box. We are designing with Sam's Bead box, and these are the Diamond Duos we got from Sam's Bead box this month. So I wanted to create a ball like this. I already made one, and I have used some wire, and see I have coiled in the back right here, just to add some security. And I have this head pin just bent on the side, because when we are working with it, if it is straight it will come out, and I really want to know where I can put the wire through. So it is best idea to put it before you close the the ball. It has come out very pretty. I saw a post on the gem chat on Facebook group, the Sam Speedbox a design group, and somebody put this on there, so I wanted to make it. I made it with my red opaque Lumi Gemduo, and this O beads, chalk white, and it's matte and it's two-sided, so I use this. In this case I'm going to use this lentil beads that we got from Sam's. So I used an 8-pound fire line for this project, thinking that it will be safer, but looking at this beads, the lentil beads, the holes are much smaller than the O beads, as you guys can see here. So I would prefer to use a 0.6006 inch wildfire instead of the 0.8 wildfire. So that's one thing. And I used a size 10 beading needle, 2 needles. This is a 2 needle technique, so I used 2 needles of that, and then finally at the end I used a size 12 beading needle. So I'm just going to use 110 and 112. It's just my preference, and there is absolutely nothing that you need to follow the same, but this is what I am thinking in my mind. And also, when you do a project, you will come to know a lot of things, right? Likewise, I really feel that this project also needs a 14 millimeter bead. This is the only thing I have. It's a little bit heavy, so my ball becomes very heavy. But if you have a lighter color bead, lighter weight bead, I would suggest use that 14 millimeter for the project, because the entire necklace will turn heavy if you do this. So that's one more thing. And I know I have only this color doesn't go with anything, but if you can see, you can't see that much, maybe a little bit, so maybe I need to look for another 14 millimeter. But this is the size of the bead that you're looking forward for, and you need that when you finish this project. So I don't know if this gem duo is sufficient to do the project, but I think it is. Let's get started, right? First of all, I used one wingspan of thread, and I had quite a lot left over. So for this project, I wouldn't suggest I would suggest an arm span. And a wingspan is when you stretch your hands like this all the way out from one tip to the other tip is a wingspan. Arm span is from your heart towards one end of your hand, if it is stretched out, kind of like that. And I'm good. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my scissors and cut it. And then threading the needle. We are not going to thread the thread to the needle, rather the needle to the thread. That's the trick for these bead stringing beading thread. So you flatten the end with your tweezer nose or round nose pliers, and you take that tip in between your index finger and your thumb, and you insert the needle through it. making it a little bit flatter even. Okay, and hold it that way. It's very hard to do it on the camera. There we go. And then hold that with your pliers, and so that you don't lose the thread. And I like to do it this much. I don't want to, have a long tail. That side, and the other side I will thread the needle and come back. So now that I have threaded my needle, we have 2 needles with the thread at the end. So now I'm ready to start. First, Gemduo has 2 sides that you need to know. One is a flat side, the other is a domed side. So this one is a domed side, right? The multicolor one is the domed side, and the silver color foiled one is the flat side. So you need to pick up the beads in certain order, in the certain way all the time. Otherwise it will become difficult to work with. It will not look good, because we want the dome side to be the top and the flat side to be the bottom or the back. So now I shall pick up, I will always pick up the Gemduo this way, right? So I will pick up a lentil bead, a Gemduo, a lentil bead, a gem. So we alternate the Gemduo and the lentil bead, and see this, I always pick it up like this. This is the way I pick up. So there is a couple of metallic lentil beads as well. I'm not going to use it because we have very less, and it's very, and then it might be difficult to do half and half. It won't look good, so I'm going to use only one. So if you have a KO thread or even a Mayuki, you can use those as well, but I always trust Fireline or Wildfire. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We need 5 of the Gemduos and 5 of the lentil beads. So now I have these. You bring it up to the center of your cord, hold the needles, and then bring everything back here. Now take the needle on the right, the one which has the lentil, and go through the Gemduo. So you crisscross through the Gemduo to make it into a circle, just like that. You have your first pentagon unit. Actually, see how pretty they are? Very pretty, right? So now you have to get into position to add the next unit. So we are going to work like a flower shape like this. Hold on, you don't want your needle to be knotted or something. So there we go. So we are going to work like flowers. So this is the first unit of flower. So my thread is exiting out of the innermost hole. These are 2 hole beads, right? So the innermost hole, I have to come up to the uppermost hole. So my thread is exiting out here towards my right. So from the right I go through the upper hole. We'll zoom down a little bit more for you guys to see. So there we go. So the white card, I think it looks okay. Now take the leftmost card. It's exiting out to the left. I come back through the same side, so that I come from the top hole of that flower unit. Now I'm ready to take the next unit. For the next unit, what I'm going to go and do is This is my right side, this is my left side. On my right side I pick up a lentil bead, okay, and drop it down. So the next unit we are going to pick up will share this diamond duo, the one that thread is exiting out of. So you need to pick up only 4 diamond duos. So pick up a lentil, a diamond duo. Make sure you pick up in the right direction, having the domed thing up. So one lentil bead, one diamond duo, one lentil bead, and diamond duo. So we need 4 more. We have already 1, so it's a 5 petal flower. Think about it that way. So you drop it down. We have this in our left side cord. So I put it down. Now I take the right hand right side needle and crisscross through the Gemduo. Pull that. When you pull it, you will get the second flower done. Here we go, right? So now what you do is take your cord, the right side cord. You need to come up in the top hole of the diamond duo. So come through the top hole. So that way, tighten that up nicely and pull that cord right there and put that down. Now take the leftmost cord. You need to come up through the top hole here. So you just there we go. Now I'm ready. Already I did 2 flowers. Now with the right cord, take 1 lentil bead and put your needle down. Take the left cord, a lentil, because we are going to use the lentil in every other bead. So we have to add a lentil, a diamond duo, a lentil, a diamond duo, a lentil, diamond duo. Again, this is going to share one of the beads from here. Here we are just in the second flower we added 4 diamond duos, and in the third flower, since it's going to share these 2 diamond duos from the first and the second flower, we are going to add only 3. So this left and this right hand cord has 1 lentil, and I want to go through the next one that's going to share from the first flower. See this? I'm gonna go through the next diamond duo. It is a little bit cumbersome. It's best to actually put it down and work with, and then also I add a lentil because we have to have the lentil bead at every other intersection. So now we have 2 beads already, 2 of the lentils and 2 of the diamond duos. So we took in the left needle 3 of the diamond duos with 3 lentils. So drop that down and put the needle down. Take the left needle, right needle, go through the last diamond duo that you added in this flower. If you pull that, here we go. We have 3 flowers done, right? So now again, as we would do after every flower, go through the top hole and get ready to add the next unit. Just like that. Pull it tight. The tension is also important. Take the other one and crisscross. So now this is what we have so far. So now we are in this position. So pick up a lentil bead with your with your right needle, I am picking up a lentil bead, okay, and I'm going through the next diamond duo in the first flower that we ever added in this project. So now you know that the flower that's going to be built now will share the diamond duo from the third flower and the first flower. Now add a lentil bead again to your right cord and put it down. Always the right needle is going to have only the lentil bead, just one, and the left needle is going to have the series of sets, which is going to be a lentil bead, a diamond duo, a lentil bead, a diamond duo. So we already have 2 beads in this petal, this flower, so we need only 3 of the diamond duos. So drop that down. This is what we have so far in the needle: 1 lentil, 3 lentils, and 3 diamond duos. So put that down. Take the right needle and go through the last diamond duo that you added in this. So you're crisscrossing through the diamond duo. Okay. Now if you pull it tight, you will have this. So you have 4 flowers already made, right? Make sure it's nice and tight. Now you need to get into position to add the next petal. So you go through the top hole of the diamond duo. Making sure it's tight is important. Take that needle as well and go through the top hole. Now you have this done. Okay, I'm pausing after everything so that you can see what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. Now pick up a O bead or lentil bead and go through the next diamond duo here. Okay, this way, and then pick up again a lentil bead and drop it down. So the next flower also going to share 2 of the diamond duos from the previous flowers. With the left needle, pick up a lentil bead, a diamond duo, and also the direction is important. You should not pick up like this. You should always pick up like this. So it's better to actually pick up the diamond duo on one needle so that you will get the direction correct, right? That's easy to do that. So pick it up. Looks like I'm gonna run out of the diamond duo is what my thinking is, but let's just see. So drop that down. So we don't want a lentil again. Now that is what we have on both the thread. Now take the right needle and go through the last diamond duo that you added and pull that straight. Now you have this. To get into position, go through the top hole of the diamond duo. The hole is blocked. Yeah, it's fine now. Thank God. Now pull that tight. Take the other needle and go to the top. So that's getting into position. Tighten that up. So we have 5 flowers so far. Now there is a bit of a change. We are going to use the diamond duos from this flower, and this flower to form the next one. So it's going to be like this. So take the rightmost cord, pick up a lentil, okay, go through the Gemduo here. This happens all the time for me, even in that project. So go through the lentil there, I mean the Diamond Duo there, pick up another lentil and come back through this Diamond Duo. We are connecting everything just like that. Okay, I will zoom out a little bit more. Okay, there we go. So this is what we have. See how domed it becomes? We need that domed effect, so we are connecting all of that. So pick up a lentil. You don't have to use the lentil, you can use O bead if you have. So what we have in this, if you can see, a Diamond Duo lentil, Diamond Duo lentil, Diamond Duo lentil. So you need 2 more Diamond Duos because you already have 3 here. So with the left needle, making sure the left needle, pick up a lentil, a Diamond Duo, a lentil, and a Diamond Duo. We already have 3 Diamond Duos, so we need only 2. So add it to this thread, put the needle down, take this one and pass through the last Diamond Duo you added. If you pull that, see how domed the thing becomes? That's what we want because we are creating a ball, right? So now to get into the position, go through the top hole of the Diamond Duo. Take the other needle as well and come through the top. And now tighten everything up. This is what we should have so far. Oops. I want you guys to look at it if you want pause or something so that you have a clear idea of where it is. Otherwise it gets a little bit tricky. So now it's going to be a little bit different. We are going to add only these 2 Diamond Duos for our next project. Okay, so take our right needle. I'm picking up a lentil and going through this Gemduo on the right, which is from the next flower, and then I'm going to hold it like this, right? So, and then again a lentil and drop it down. This is what we have so far. Okay, and then with my right needle I pick up a lentil, a Gemduo, a lentil, a Gemduo, a lentil. Because we have 2 Diamond Duos, we need 3 more Diamond Duos to finish this flower unit. So drop it down, leave the needle down, take the right hand needle and pass through the last Gemduo that you added with the left needle. When you pull that, you will have this. See, we are building up the top unit. Okay, now to get into position, what you need to do, you need to go up through the top hole. And take the other needle and crisscross and go up through the top hole as well. There are some things in this, we follow it like a procedure so that it comes out pretty well, and this is what we have so far. So now I'm going to use these 3 Diamond Duos to do the next unit. Okay, you can clearly see how it comes. So pick up a lentil, the lentil is not coming up in the needle, and go through this Gemduo right next to it. The right hand side actually connects everything. The left hand side picks up, and then a Gemduo, a lentil again, and go through the next Gemduo on the line. When you hold everything together, you have 3, right? So one more lentil, and then put that down with the right needle. A lentil, Gemduo, a lentil. So we have 3 Gemduos already, so we need only 2. So I picked up 4 in this needle, dropped it down, and with the last Gemduo I am going to crisscross with my right needle. When I pull, this is what I have. Okay, and then you get into position by adding your needle on the top hole, which is blocked a bit. We need the I will come back. Now again, if you can look at it, we have 2, 3 in the line. So we are going to take the 3 and use it as our petals for this unit. Pick up a lentil. Oh, sorry. See this? I did it with my left hand cord. Take my right. Pick up a lentil. Go through the next Gemduos. Always remember that the right thread or the right needle connects all the Gemduos. The left one picks up all the Gemduos. Once you have it, one more lentil needs to be there. Okay. Take the next needle, lentil. So we already have 3. So we need only 2 more Gemduos. It's always separated by the lentil. So drop it down. Now take the right cord and crisscross through the Gemduo you last added. When you form, this unit is there. Now to get into position, go through the top hole of the Gemduo. See this? It's catching up something else. Just to make sure everything is nice and tight and it's not caught up somewhere. Take the other needle and we are crisscrossing through the top hole of the Gemduo actually. Right? Now it's tight. So now we are ready to add the next unit, as you guys can see how it is forming. Now yet again we take a lentil with the right needle, go through the next Diamond Duo here. You can see it all forming, right? And a lentil again to the next Diamond Duo. Okay, and then a lentil. Now we have 3. We need only 2 more. So add a lentil, a Gemduo, a lentil, a Gemduo. Drop it down and crisscross your right needle with the last Gemduo that you added. We formed the next unit. So now get into position by passing my needle through the top hole. just like so. So this is what we have so far. You guys can see, right? The last unit will have only one gem duo we added. We are going to share all these 4 with it. See this? If you go like this, you can see all the 4 of the petals. So pick up a lentil, go through your right side, then pick up a lentil, go through the next gem duo, pick up a lentil, go through this one right here. Okay, see that? Now you have 4, right? So all you need to do is 1. Trust me guys, I was thinking I don't have enough of the gem duos, but this is the last one that I have. So here we go. So I take the right and then add it. You know why? Then only the direction will come right. So okay, now I forgot the lentil because we alternate everything with the lentil. So a lentil and then a diamond duo, and take the right needle and crisscross through the gem duo or diamond duo, whatever you want to call. So there we go. And then we need to get into position, as you guys all know, right? Take this and go through the top hole and come back to the left. Take the left needle, go through the top hole and come back through the right. Now you have these. See how it is nicely formed, and you have all the petals you need. You don't need any more. You don't need to add any more. So this thing will be wobbly. That's the reason we have to put a 14mm inside. So now is the time to put it inside. So we need a 14mm bead. This one is a little bit heavy, so I bought a pearl. So now is the time to add it, because you won't be able to add later. So just pop it in there. Before that, you need a head pin or an eye pin. I would suggest having a 20 gauge wire. Take 20 gauge wire, say 5 to 6 inches is good. I cut it. I use para wire, and what I do is I take the edge. Let me see. Take the edge, okay, and make a loop like that, okay, and then continue making one more loop like that. Just 2 consistent loops, and take your pliers and press it against and straighten it a bit. So this is what you will have, okay, and then I want it to be inserted in here. So first you just press this inside, okay, and then what you do is do this, okay, that way. And then what I did was I just bent this a little bit like this so that it doesn't move. Now here we go. You take everything here. See, this is a little bit bigger, I guess. The bead is a little bit bigger, right? When we do this, yeah, I need a smaller bead. I'll go get them. So you need to play around with the size of the bead. This one seems to be bigger. This one seems to be smaller. But nevertheless, I'm going to put the smallest one. This is 14mm. I believe that one is 18mm. So I'm just going to put this and then have my head pin there. and just bend the head pin a little bit. Okay. And here we go. There we go. Okay. Now pick up any needle's fine. I'm picking up the right needle, picking up a lentil, going through the next Diamond Duo, picking up a lentil, going through the next. So connecting the final the petals in the final flower, and one more lentil, going through this. Okay, then one more lentil and going through the last one. So this is what we have so far. That looks done almost. Now you need to reinforce the thread by going through, following the thread path and going through a couple of beads and doing half-inch knots and everything. So I know I'm going to go ahead and continue with my right thread. I'm going to reinforce the last flower because that's the one we recently added, and then I will go in to reinforce the other ones that we added previously. But I felt like if you can go through a couple of beads at a time is the ideal one here, because a Gemduo has a little bit of a flat section to move around with the needle. So I find it easy if you go through once, if you go through that couple of beads at a time, then you will have better luck than that. So now I come back down through this and go through the next unit here. I leave the other thread down so that I continue working with this needle until I finish this thread off, and then I will go ahead and use the other one, go through a couple of beads and then snip it back. So I like to catch the thread underneath this. Okay, make yourself a loop like that, go through the loop, and that's a half-inch knot. Go through the Gemduo and Gemduo and a lentil. 2 beads at a time is the one which is very easy, so I like to do that. And see, it's getting tighter and tighter, and go through that one. And come down through the next unit, so you come up through the same Gemduo, the next hole, so that you can go through this unit right here. So I'll do this and I'll come back. So now that I have finished doing that, I would take my thread zapper. This is a Bead Smith thread zap that I have here, and then just snip that off, and see that short one, just melt it like that. That way it acts like a knot. So now everything is done. We have this beautiful crystal ball. As you guys can see, we have that loop right there here, and our ball is ready to be added to any project that we want. Since we have that long, you can also use an eye pin, but I have used a little bit longer wire so that I can add it to any bead I want. So this is what it is. So it's such a pretty project. I hope you guys like this project. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notifications. Sorry. I'm like, I don't know. Today my tongue is twisting a lot, and the thing is, I will come up with a necklace for this pretty ball pendant of ours, and then we'll see in the next project. Otherwise, this video will become a really long video, so I would do that in the next video coming up. Stay tuned. Have a good day. Bye bye.